Life is short. You hear that all the time. We say it all the time. But yet, most of us live life, we have an endless amount of it. But you know what's the truth? The average person lives about 4,000 weeks. I'll say that again. The average person actually lives about 4,000 weeks. I personally have lived 1,612 of those weeks. So when you think about it, realistically, logically, that's not a lot of time. 4,000 weeks is not a lot of time at all. And the crazy thing there is, most of us spend majority of those weeks chasing things that don't matter, putting things off that we truly want to do for a later date that might never come. We procrastinate our happiness, postpone our happiness, hoping that we'll get there. We'll do things when the right time comes. We'll make those changes soon. We'll make those changes later. We have a lot of time to be this, to do that, to transform, to evolve, to try that recipe, to travel, to make new friends, to actually get up and live life. You think you have that time, so you postpone things, you push your happiness further. I'm so sorry to break it to you, but that later might just be too late or might never come at all. And as somebody that have come to the realization that life is for the living and we need to spend our time wisely, I want to talk about this in this video. In this video, I want to share powerful ways that you spend your time wisely. So when you look back, you can feel proud of how you've lived and not regret the time missed. But before we jump right into the video, if this is the first time that you're watching a video from me, hi girl, my name is Lucy. On this channel, I create self-development, self-improvement, lifestyle videos. I always say to subscribe because we have a good time on this channel, and we absolutely do. I also make videos on TikTok and Instagram. I'm going to have those linked below. I highly recommend that you also follow me on there. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. If you know me personally, you know that I'm the kind of girl to live life like tomorrow is not promised. I wasn't just born or created with the mindset of, living life to the fullest. I was once the girl that held on to things from the past. I was once the girl that procrastinated. I was once the girl that was stuck in comfort. Comfort is, oh my God, one of the biggest things, worst place to ever be in your life, where you're just stuck with familiarity and the things that you're used to. You're scared to actually reach outside that box. And believe me, as somebody who was stuck in that mindset or in that box for years, I can sit here and tell you that it is the worst place to be. You think, oh my God, everything seems to be in place. I'd rather just stay still and not move too much so nothing goes wrong. What that truly means is you're scared of the unknown. You're shrinking your capabilities and potential because you're stuck with what works. There is more to life. There is more to achieve. There are more people to meet, more opportunities, more color and life out there if you just allow yourself to live. And believe me, I broke out of this box, I want to say about 5-6 years ago. I started thinking beyond my familiarities, thinking beyond my norm, beyond my conditioning or my mindset, and my life has never been the same. It is one of the hardest things to do because you're walking into a world of uncertainty, and uncertainty is good. Uncertainty is amazing. I just finished a book from Mark Mason called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and I highly recommend that if you're trying to get in contact with life, if you're trying to really live your life to the fullest without caring about what anybody says, I highly recommend that book. And one of the chapters in that book is on uncertainty, how uncertainty is what actually makes your life beautiful, what actually makes your life colorful. And as somebody who used to be so scared of the unknown, the uncertainty, I couldn't sit still in uncertainty. I always had to know what's going on. I always had to have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, E, F. Believe me, I was that girl. As someone who used to be that, I can tell you that's the worst way to live your life. What that book taught me is it's more of a control thing. And the moment you hold on so tight to life, wanting to have control of life, you lose yourself and you lose the grip and the essence of life itself. There are 5 main points I want to touch on in this video, and I'm going to highly recommend that you bring out a pen, a paper, take notes, play this video as many times as possible. If you don't get it the first time, that's okay. You're gonna get it the second or the third or the fourth, and that's completely fine. Keep playing it until you really absorb every detail that is being shared in this video, and I hope that it reaches you at a time where you absolutely need it. Now, the first point, prioritize what truly matters. One of our biggest mistakes, I know certainly one of my biggest mistakes in the past, was confusing being busy with being productive. I have come to the realization that it's better to not know what to do than to know what to do. Because if you don't know what to do, you're most likely to keep reaching, keep trying, keep researching, keep thriving. Curiosity sparks. When you know what to do, you fall into a cycle. a routine, repeating the same things over and over and over and over again, there is no curiosity. That's one of the reasons why failure is always advised to be part of life's greatest experience. Because you fail, you go back to the drawing board, you try again. Prioritizing what truly matters can be really hard in our modern day and age. And that's also because of social media and pretty much what we see right now, the fast life, the material stuff. And I'll tell you, 95%, if not 100%, which is so sad to say, of people prioritize face value, things that they can see, material possessions, as opposed to what truly matters. Peace, health, relationships. You can have all the money in this life. You can have all the material things in this life. And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying to not be ambitious. I'm not saying to not chase money. I'm not saying to not double your hustle. I'm just saying while you do so, never forget what truly matters. One major question you should ask yourself when you're dealing with things and situations, especially draining situations, which 100% you should learn to limit and cut out completely from your life. To be honest, you might not necessarily be able to cut it out completely because life happens, right? But ask yourself every time, will this matter to me in 5 years? Before you make that decision, before you indulge in that conversation, before you actually drag things along, ask yourself, would it matter in 5 years? Would it matter in 2 years? Would it matter in 3 years? How would I feel about this in a couple of days? Would I look back at it and be like, oh my God, this was so stupid? You get your answer there and you know if you should indulge or not. I've been doing this lately and honestly, things that would normally bother me completely out of my head. I look at it and smile because when I think about how I want to live my life and how I want to prioritize things, it doesn't fall into the bucket. So why should I give it any energy? Now, the second point, invest in yourself. I cannot stress this enough. You don't want to look back at your life and regret not buying that thing for yourself or pouring into yourself the way you should be pouring into yourself. We spend so much time filling other people's cup, neglecting ours. You already know that time is not promised. Life is going by so quickly. There are so many commitments you're making to other people that you should actually be making to yourself. You neglect yourself based on life circumstance. And I understand that sometimes when you're going through a tough time, it's kind of hard to pour into yourself the way that you'd like to. There's something that I've been doing lately. It doesn't matter how I feel. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life. Does not mean I'm going to neglect it, because neglecting it can actually build into an avoidant attachment that you don't want to get into. That's a whole different world. But I do things regardless. I make decisions regardless of how I feel. I carry on with my life regardless of what's happening in my life. So whether I feel bad would not stop me from doing the things that I set out to do for that day. Because you look back, the day is gone. Time has gone. A major area that you should be investing in is yourself. When we talk about investing in yourself, what does that look like? Your growth, mentally, physically, emotionally, taking care of your body, treating your body like it's sacred because it is sacred. Skills, whatever it is that you've been wanting to try, whatever area you've been wanting to test yourself out, but you've been too scared to do it. An investment that you would always get an endless return from is investing in yourself. You have no idea how much growth happens when you decide to focus on yourself, and you can never regret that. You might lose people along the way, you might lose so many things, money along the way, but you're gaining so much that in life, if you look back, you would always be grateful that you did that investment. Third point, be present. As somebody who used to always live in the past and the future, because one thing about my old self is I hold on to what I did wrong, what I should have done, also what would be, how it will go, what my future would look like, who my partner would be, would I be rich, would I be poor? I just never focused on what my life looked like at this very point. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my God, what would I do? It's backwards, forward, but not now. But what truly matters is your present, the moment, how you're enjoying it. I've mentioned this in a couple of my videos before. I'm going to say this again. There's a time in my life that went by like a breeze. I cannot account for it. I don't know what happened in those times. Like I can't give you like detailed account of what really happened at those times in my life. And when I tell you that those are times that I wish I could get back, but I cannot get back, every time I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, I wish I actually leaned into the moment. I listened more. I wasn't so focused on, multitasking, and I didn't have so much on my mind. I was so focused on being successful, so focused on getting it right in life that I missed so many vital moments in my life. It was so bad that I would actually achieve something, hit a milestone, but to celebrate it was a problem because I was always on to the next thing. I was on autopilot, always on fight or flight mode, which negatively affected my mental as well. As someone who has lived that life and I'm at a point where I'm completely slowed down, 100% slowed down. Like now I'm focused on my today. I'm focused on how my day looks like. I'm focused focus on the things that I indulge in and pour into my life as of today. As someone who has completely made that switch, I would 100% advise you to look at your day. Be present. Every moment should mean something to you, should count. Tomorrow will sort itself out. Besides, you serve a living God. And when I tell you that God always has his perfect time and fixes things in his own way, there is no need for you to worry. No need for you to drag problems from the future to now, because that's all you're doing when you worry about what's going to happen in the future. Be present. Enjoy the simple moments, the food, the drinks, the people, the conversations you're having, the job that you have. No matter how much you hate it, you are living in that experience right now. Make the best out of it. And that's something I've been trying to do lately, just making the best of my life as it is. Because to be honest with you, this is just the life I have and there's nothing I can do to change it. Why don't you just enjoy it? Fourth point, take risks that align with your dreams and your goals. If you know me personally, you know that one thing you can say about Lucy is Lucy takes risks. The kind of things that I do in my life, every decision I have made in my life up until this moment, a risk. Whether it's actually packing up my bags and coming to Hungary, a country that I knew nobody. Well, I knew someone, but we didn't have a close relationship. I packed up my bag, not knowing what tomorrow will bring. I came here with literally less than 2,000 euros in my account. From Nigeria, moved to Hungary, and I've been here over 10 years. And when I tell you it's the best decision I ever made in my life, most decisions I've made in my life, I have always been scared, doubtful, uncertain. There's this heavy thing in my chest. Most of the time I'm crying, but I'm doing it. That's one thing I love about myself. I will always make decisions regardless of how I feel. I take risks, and I know sometimes some risk could be irresponsible. That's the reason why you still need to make sure that it aligns with your dreams. Take risks. What's the worst that could happen? Let me tell you something. Regret does not come from you failing. It comes from you not trying. And once you have that stuck in your head, you will learn to actually step out of the norm and do the things that you're supposed to do. There is never a perfect time to do anything, and that's the illusion and the delusion that we get stuck in. We're always waiting for the perfect time to get married, the perfect time to move out from your parents' house, the perfect time to start that business, the perfect time to start content creation, the perfect time to actually do something. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is now. The moment you realize that, life will be a lot easier and smoother for you. No one is coming to save you. You have to stand up and get things done. It will not be done if you don't do it. Fifth point, give and create impact. And this is where community comes in. And I feel like a lot of people don't shed light as much into the amount of peace and impact that it makes when you are the kind of person that loves to share. You spread love, you spread kindness. And I've always said this, whatever you put out there comes back to you in 100-fold. So if you're putting out love, you're putting out kindness, you're putting out peace, you're putting out good energy and vibes, it'll come back to you. And you will never sit back and regret being a good person. You will never sit back and regret not sharing or spreading love and peace and kindness. Whatever it is that you're able to stretch your hand forth and do for people without expecting anything in return, that's what makes your time on earth meaningful and impactful. And you don't want to look back and feel like you had no impact. You didn't do anything. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be grand. Just by smiling at people on the street or lending a hand when you have capacity to do, no matter how small it is, that's impact. Would people remember you for being a good person? At least. Would people remember you for actually being kind soul or a nice person at least? That's where life well spent comes in. If there is one thing you should take from this video, it should be this. Life is short, so don't just exist. Make sure that you're living and spending time wisely. You have the capacity and the will, the free will to build and create a life of your dreams. You don't have to wait until it's the perfect time to do so. With whatever it is that you have at this current time, like right now as you're watching this video today, you have that resources. Pour it into your life little by little, step by step. Whatever it is that you have, you can definitely create that dream. You can create that life. Don't let your mind trick you into believing that you cannot achieve something or you cannot live this life of your dreams. Now, let me know if this video was impactful. Let me know if you took a thing or two in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And again, follow me on my socials. They're linked below, my Instagram and my TikTok. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Listening in your car, at your job, you at home, I don't care where you at. Turn this up right now, because we're about to go in. Hey.